Hello student, this is Kaushal Prasad Srivastava from Jagran Public School Varanasi. Today I am going to explain next chapter of class 10th biology, that is control and coordination. In this chapter I will explain introduction of this chapter, what is control and coordination in human beings, nervous system which include brain, spinal cord and nerves, chemical coordination which include endocrine system, different types of gland and their hormone, coordination in plant and different types of plant hormone. So in our previous lesson we have talked about the different life processes, right? So gradually as we are going ahead with our lesson in biology starting from class 9, first we started studying cell, that is the fundamental unit of each and every life form. Then we talked about the tissue, wherein we talked about the combination of cells getting grouped together to form tissue. So we talked about the different types of tissue which are found inside the body of living organism. Then in our previous lesson we talked about the different life processes, wherein we have talked about the different organ system of the body like digestive system, respiratory system. We also talked about the excretory system. So we spoke about those processes which keep happening inside our body. So here in this lesson we are going to talk about control and coordination. You might be wondering which control and coordination inside our body we are talking about. So let us think some of the things which actually happen in our life. For example, have you ever seen somebody getting an electric shock, or have you ever felt an electric shock? As soon as you get an electric shock, what do? Do you keep on standing there putting your hand on same position? No, right? As soon as you get the electric shock, you jump off, you just move away from that point. What is there inside our body which actually tell us that okay, it's time to jump? So who is giving those instructions inside our body? There has to be something inside, right, which actually decide we have to do, okay, which actually tell us whether we need to sit, whether we need to stand, whether we need to eat, whether we need to move. So something is going on inside our body. So what is that something? That we are talking about in this chapter of control and coordination. See, the working together of various organs of an organism in a systematic manner so as to produce a proper response to a stimulus is called coordination. And what is control? For coordination function to be carried out, there has to be control over different action and reaction. So this is a control. So there are two different processes, control and coordination. It occurs in animal as well as plant. Living organisms respond and react to various stimuli like heat, light, cold, touch, pressure, etc. Plant and animal both respond to stimuli but in different manner. Example, withdrawal of hand on touching a hot object. So this is a kind of response for a particular stimuli. Stimuli could be heat, could be light, could be cold. There are different types of stimuli. Coordination in animal. In animal, control and coordination is done by the nervous system and endocrine system. Nervous system consists of brain, spinal cord and nerves. On the other hand, in endocrine system, there are different types of gland and their hormone. Function of nervous system: to receive information from environment, to receive information from various body parts, to act accordingly through muscles and gland. So these are the few important functions of the nervous system. See, there are some terminology related to this chapter like stimulus, response, effector. First we will discuss it and then we will move ahead. What is a stimulus? Any change in environment or within that bring about reaction, that is called a stimulus. We can take the example touching a hot plate. Here Hotness is a stimulus. Response, the reaction of our body to these changes, that is called response. So we can take example like withdrawal of our hand, that is a type of response on touching a hot plate. So this is a response. How do we detect that we are touching a hot object? With the help of receptor. Okay, just see, receptors are the sense organ which receive the stimuli and pass the message to the brain or the spinal cord through sensory nerve. Okay, receptors are different types present in our body, like eye to detect light, ear to detect sound, nose to detect smell, tongue to detect taste, skin to detect touch, hot and cold. So there are different types of receptors which are present inside our body. Effectors are muscles and glands which respond to the information from brain and spinal cord through the motor neuron. So basically here effectors are muscles and gland which respond according to the message conveyed by brain and spinal cord through motor nerves. Sensory nerve which carry information from receptor or sense organ to the brain and spinal cord. Okay, motor nerve which carry information from brain and spinal cord to the effector organ, that is muscles and gland. So these are the some terminology related to this chapter. See, this is the human nervous system which includes central as well as peripheral nervous system. Human nervous system consists of central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. There are two major parts, central as well as peripheral nervous system. Central nervous system consists of brain and spinal cord. Peripheral nervous system consists of cranial nerve arises from the brain and spinal nerve arises from the spinal cord. As we can see the structure, that is, there is a brain, spinal cord, there is a peripheral nervous system. So there are two major systems, that is central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system consists of cranial nerve and spinal nerve which arises from the brain and spinal cord. This is central nervous system. As we can see the structure of brain and spinal cord. This is a peripheral nervous system which include cranial nerves, peripheral nerves, there is a central nervous system, okay, and autonomic nervous system. Neuron is a structural and functional unit of nervous system. This is very important, and neuron is a basic unit of nervous system. It has a cell body that is called cyton containing a nucleus and cytoplasm. Okay, and there are some Nessels granule is also present in the cytoplasm. It has several branch structure called dendrites. It has a long nerve fiber called axon, which is covered by a protecting covering called myelin sheath. As we can see the structure of typical neuron, it have a branch structure that is called cyton or cell body, which contain Nessels granule and nucleus, and there is a long nerve fiber that is called axon, or it is covered by a protecting covering that is called myelin sheath. Inside the neurolemma or myelin sheath there is a nucleus that is called Schwann cell. This myelin sheath is very important for quick and fast transmission of nerve impulse or electrical impulse. Okay, this axon terminate at an axon terminal, and it have a small vesicle, and it contain a neurotransmitter, and this is important for the transmission of nerve impulse. So this is the structure of typical neuron. It have a cyton, that is a cell body. It contain nucleus, dendrite, there is a elongated fiber that is called axon. It is covered by the myelin sheath. There is a gap between these myelin sheath that is called node of Ranvier. Okay, so this is the structure of typical neuron. The junction between two neurons is called synapse. Masses pass through nerve cells in the form of chemical and electrical signal called nerve impulse. Dendrite receive the information and start a chemical reaction which produce electrical impulse which passes through axon. So there is a synapse. Whenever there is a transmission of nerve impulse, there is a synapse, and first there is a chemical reaction and it converted into the electrical impulse and it transferred from one neuron to another neuron. See, there is a transmission of masses from one neuron to another neuron. See, this dendrite of one neuron receive the information, it convey to the axon terminal, and there is another neuron having a cyton or dendrite which receive the masses and it convey to the central nervous system. Between these two neurons there is a gap, okay, and there is a junction that is called synapse. Reflex action, a quick, sudden, immediate response of body to certain stimuli that involve the spinal cord, okay, that is called reflex action. Example, withdrawal of hand on touching a hot object, okay, knees up. These are the some example of reflex action. Okay, brain also involved, but here at there are some reflex action related to spinal cord, or there are some reflex action related to the cerebral reflex which is related to the brain. Okay, so here brain is not included. Okay, reflex arc, the pathway through which the impulse passes is called reflex action. Okay, just see the diagram. Okay, the skin receive the stimuli and just convey to the spinal cord, and spinal cord convey the information, okay, with the help of motor neuron to the effector organ. The pathway from sensory nerve to the spinal cord, and then the spinal cord convey the masses with the help of motor neuron. This pathway is known as reflex arc. Brain. The brain is a main coordinating center in human body. It is protected by the cranium. It is covered by three membrane called meninges filled with fluid called cerebrospinal fluid, okay, which protect brain from shock. Okay, the brain has three major parts: forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. So basically there are three major part of brain, okay, and it is a main coordinating center in human body. It is protected by the cranium. This is the structure of human brain. It contains cerebrum, okay, that have different lobe: parietal lobe, occipital lobe, frontal lobe, okay, temporal lobe. There is a midbrain and hindbrain, cerebellum, pons, medulla, spinal cord. This is the structure of human brain. Just see the function of different parts of human brain. Forebrain consists of cerebrum, olfactory lobe, okay. It is the thinking part of the brain and control voluntary action only, okay. It control touch, smell, hearing, taste, sight, mental activity like thinking, learning, memory, emotion, etc. Midbrain control involuntary action and reflex movement of head, neck, eye, etc. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum, pons and medulla. Cerebellum control body movement, balance and body posture, okay. Pons control respiration, medulla control heartbeat, blood pressure, okay, coughing, sneezing, vomiting, etc. These all are controlled by the hindbrain. Okay, thank you for watching this video.